fool us. Penn and Teller's love for breaking the rules of magic is well known. Turns out they also love to break the rules as TV judges. Later tonight, they'll give themselves a taste of their own medicine and attempt to fool the most accomplished living magician in the world, David Copperfield. Yeah. So let's get this show started and bring out the most accomplished magic duo in the world, Penn and Teller. Guys, Copperfield, are you sure you want to do this?
No,
Yeah.
I'm not sure at all. It's nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
We were rehearsing it. We've been working on this for months and months, working with all sorts of friends, running it for them, having them critique it, say where he might bust us. We're working hard. We've been friends with David for decades, but that doesn't mean he's any less formidable. We're frightened.
Yeah, well, guess what? You still have to do your job and deal with tonight's magicians first. So focus up and check out your first contender.
I'm from Amsterdam, the Netherlands, and I'm a magician, mentalist, creative thinker. My mom, she loved the circus, so when I was 8 years old, I was learning circus skills, and when I was 11, they taught me some magic, and I was like, wow, this is what I want to be. At a certain time of my life, I got drawn by sports like skydiving, rock climbing, all these things that are physical and extreme. I thought it would be fascinating to combine those passions with magic. This trick is completely original. There's nobody in the world doing this. You have to be prepared mentally and physically. It is dangerous, and if some things go wrong, I will get hurt.
Give it up for the danger magic of Jan Reinder.
Nice to be here. Nice to be here. Thank you. I'd like to find a volunteer. Alison, would you mind?
Okay.
Please stand over here. Hi, Alison. Let me show you this. This is a rat trap. If I would step on this, I break my foot.
Why are you doing this?
As you can see, there is a number on this trap.
Uh-huh.
It's number 1.
Yeah?
It's number 1 of 100. May I take your hand, please?
I don't know.
Please join me, Alison.
Why? Oh, gosh.
On this narrow walkway, each of these traps are primed, set, and ready to snap.
Yeah, we can stay this way.
Now, each one of these traps has a different number on him. I memorized the position and the numbers of each and every trap.
Good for you.
As you can see, there's no more than 3 inches space between each trap. That means it is impossible to walk safely from this side to the other end without breaking a foot or injuring myself really badly.
Right.
Let me show you this. This is a blindfold.
Yeah.
And, Alison,
Yeah.
it would be nice if you could tie this around my face.
Oh.
So please take the ends and make it nice and tight. Ooh, very good.
Okay.
Very nice. Pretty tight. I can still breathe, even though my nose is almost getting cut off. Could you please escort me to the beginning of the stairs?
All right. It's
I'm
right
here.
there.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Is this safe?
Yeah, that's safe, but you're about to fall off the other side. Oh, God.
Behind me, the track is divided in 6 boxes. You're going to eliminate any 2 rat traps from each box. If I'm correctly, there's a bucket with a stick. And choose the first 2 numbers from the first box. And just let me know the numbers and be careful.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna go 3.
3.
Ah! And then another one hit it.
Okay, that's okay. We leave where it is. Another number.
16.
16.
Oh, I meant just attacked 17.
Okay. So now go to the next one.
All right, 25.
25.
All right. I'll do 32.
32, you said?
Yeah. All right, 42.
42.
Yeah. Ugh.
You're getting good in this.
48.
48.
Yuck. 61?
61.
Yeah. 63. That one's gone. 74.
74.
Oh my God, and it just did another one.
74. 74.
And then I'm gonna do 85. Oh,
85.
and okay, that one's 88.
88.
Yeah. And then 99.
99. So now I need to remember the numbers you eliminated and place my feet in the position they were in. Let's do this. 3, 16, 25, 33, 32, 42, 48, and 61. 63 and 74. 70. Let's skip 74. 85. Oh, that's far. 85. Okay. Okay, let's do this differently. 85, 88, 99, yes. Just to give Penn Teller some inspiration for their new show.
Man. So this is a trick made just for you?
Yeah, this is original. Nobody in the world does this.
Yeah, not too hard to believe.
Well, maybe it's not an idea that pops in their mind. Let's use 100 rat traps and walk between them.
Right, blindfolded.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then halfway through, just go onto our hands.
Well, that was the only option, I thought.
Wow. Okay, let's see if your one-of-a-kind trick fooled our two-of-a-kind hosts. Penn, Teller.
I can't tell you how much I like this at a whole different level than you might expect. You were introduced as Danger Magic. And we have spent our whole careers doing stuff like this, and I don't want anyone to be hurt badly. But I don't mind you snapping your toe. I don't even mind you breaking a toe. You're allowed to do something that's uncomfortable and miserable and painful and not life-threatening, so we can sit back and enjoy this crazy Mother Hubbard on stage. I love how beautiful it looks. You know, you up there elevated in the handstands and the moving through. It's a beautiful idea. It's also a completely original idea. Also, the idea of using your feet is fabulous. We've done rat traps all the time, use our hands, and that gives you all this, it gives you a different kind of creepiness, and a wonderful kind of creepiness. Allison having to hit it with a stick, it's a great prover, because you could say, pick any one and make sure it's okay, but the plot itself proves that it's fabulous. I just love everything about this, and now I unfortunately have to tell you what the gimmick is in some sort of code, and I want the code to be so oblique because I want everybody to love this act forever. So we've never done this before, but I'm going to write it down. Ooh. And I'm going to bring it up to you because I just don't want anyone else to know this. It's just this simple, and that's all it is. except genius. That's all that is except genius. Fabulous, fabulous act. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. You'll get to see Penn and Teller perform in tonight's show, and you'll get to see them sweat as they try to bust the next magician when we come back. Welcome back. Last time this magician was here, he helped me fool Penn and Teller. Let's find out what's happened to him since.
For a lot of people, it doesn't matter if they fool Penn and Teller, but I had to fool them. Of course, I had help.
After many months, I finally found my guru. Hidden away in the Carpathian Mountains, who shared an ancient secret of magic with me.
I also had the help of Allison.
Magic.
So I set myself a new challenge, to fool Penn and Teller a second time. Once again, I had to take the arduous journey up the Carpathian Mountains, braving the harsh elements to get the new instructions from the magic guru. I have undergone additional training, and my guru has taught me a new magic secret. Once again, I must not fail.
Going for his second Fool Us trophy along with Penn and Teller, Andre Shinichka.
Good evening. Allison, so nice to see you again.
You too.
Teller. And while I get lost in Penn's eyes, Allison, please cut the deck. And complete the cut. Take the top card, don't look at it, and sit on it. Now, before I even look at the cards again, give them to Teller to shuffle. And Teller, please shuffle them real good. And now, normally, I would try to read Allison's mind. But now we have three problems. The first problem is she doesn't know what card it is. So there's nowhere to find the thought that would tell me the identity of the card. Now, since she's sitting on the card, I could use the ancient art of butt reading. But problem number two, so to speak, the card is most probably face down, so not even the butt knows. And the third problem is that mind reading is knowing that I will be facing this problem tonight, I once again consulted my guru. Hidden away in the Carpathian Mountains, my guru shared with me another ancient secret, a ritual to make my senses sharp as a spoon. A very sharp spoon. So now I'm back on Penn and Teller Fool Us to present to you all the ancient ritual of Carpathia. It's a scarab. An important symbol in ancient Egypt. This insect is a relative of the dung beetle, which kind of ties into the fact that you're sitting on your card right now. My guru told me that the only way I would have the mental acuity to perform this miracle is to eat the beetle.
Okay. Don't eat with your mouth open.
Allison, quick! I need more power. Feed me.
Oh, really? Oh,
Quick.
oh, there's more in there. Here.
One more. Oh. I feel the power. Three cards have spoken to me. And I feel a leg in my teeth. One card tells me the color of your card. Yes. One card tells me the value of your card. And one says the suit. So, your card is a black card. Your card is an ace. And the card you've been sitting on for the entire time is the ace of spades. Would you please show us, Allison? Is it? Yes! The power of the dung beetle is supreme.
You're still chewing.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's pretty terrible. I wouldn't recommend anyone to
No.
have one.
Oh, and you've got some on your teeth.
Oh,
Oh.
thank you.
All
Well,
right.
actually, I think they might struggle a little bit. I have one left. In case you need to sharpen up your senses. Bon appetit, Teller.
Oh, Teller, you don't need that. You're real sharp. Oh. Oh. Oh.
That makes me so happy, Teller.
May we look at the cards?
Oh, you want to look at them right here?
Well, we'll take them with us.
All right.
Thanks.
What-
We'll be over here if you need us.
What are you looking for?
course.
What are we looking for?
Yeah.
How the trick is done.
So what's next for you in your magic career?
Fooling Penn and Teller for the second time.
Oh, wow. All right, let's go to the boys and see if they figured it out.
Yes.
You know that we know that you know that we know. There's a lot of that going on. Last time you were on, you gave us a deck of these cards that were gimmicked and told us how they were gimmicked. So you're not going to use that again. You're eating beetles. You're doing all this great stuff. Great pattern. We loved everything about it. We love you. We love everything except where we are right now. We know that you were counting on Allison doing something that she did. You had a pretty good idea what she was going to do, and that was all set up. And you had a pretty good idea what you were looking for. And you kind of really did it the way you claimed you were doing it. When you were looking through the cards, you were kind of looking through the cards. We know that, but we don't think we could do it as fast as you did it. We think there might be something else. So we're going to ask you, with what I've told you right now, we're going to do something you've never done on this show before. You tell us, do you get a trophy or not?
I know what you know.
Yeah. We love you. We think you're great. We don't know everything you did. We know some of it. So tell us, smarty pants communist. Teller even went so far as to when he shuffled the cards, he turned them around just to be a but you still did it. So you tell me. All of a sudden, it's your show. I would say it's called so-and-so's Fool Us, but I can't even say her name. So right now, Right now, we've never done this in history. Either way you go, we're going to run up and give you a hug and shake your hand and tell you how great you are back there. But you know in your heart what you know. Does that trophy come down or not when we walk up there?
I think it does.
Okay. Nicely done, man. Beautiful. Beautiful job.
Two-time Fuller of Penn and Teller. Will there be another? Find out after this. Welcome back to Fool Us. Let's meet the next magician who's messing with P&T.
My name is Giancarlo Bernini. I'm from Austin, Texas. I'm a senior in college studying religious studies, and I'm a magician. I don't see a conflict between my faith and my magic because illusions are all about discerning what's true and what's good. As a kid, even when I was watching movies, I never wanted to be the main character. I always wanted to be the magical friend, like Merlin from Sword in the Stone. I love that those characters use their magic to be help to someone else. I was about 11 years old when I first started going to the local children's cancer clinic to do magic there. That I saw that it could impact someone's day and change their experience. This particular trick that I'm doing is about time travel and the way that faith and reason kind of go together. Hopefully my magic can inspire people to seek the true, beautiful, and good in their own lives.
With a randomly selected member of our studio audience, here is Giancarlo Bernini.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I have here a box, a very special box, because of what's inside of it. Allison, would you mind holding on to this box for now? Just make sure that it stays shut tight, nothing gets into it, nothing gets out of it. Thank you so much. Now, since I was about 8 years old, I've been fascinated by the concept of time travel. And tonight, we're going to try to make history and prove that time travel is possible right here in the Penn and Teller Theater. Now, if we succeed, we are going to need some kind of proof, something unique and one of a kind. That's where you come in. What's your name?
Ross.
Ross, nice to meet you. I have a marker here, if you wouldn't mind holding this in the air just like so. We're gonna make a unique piece of art. I'm gonna hold this pad up to the marker. If you wouldn't mind, just go ahead and close your eyes and scribble around randomly. That's perfect. You can go ahead and open your eyes. See, what you've just done is you've created a unique piece of art unlike anything else. Do you mind holding on to that for just now? I'll take that marker back from you. And I have another question for you. Do you have your cell phone with you?
I do.
Could we borrow that, and would you unlock that for me?
Yes.
Thank you so much. See, I want to make sure that we can recognize this drawing if we were to see it again later. So we're going to take a photo of it. In fact, we're going to take a selfie here. So would you hold that up? That's perfect. And this right here is our photographic evidence. But since we are here with Penn and Teller, it's only fitting that they also should be able to verify this as well. Penn, I'm going to send you a copy of this photograph. We're going to go to your messages, start a new message. And Penn, I'm going to text you this photograph. The producers gave me your number before we started. Don't worry, I'll make sure to delete it after we're done here. Penn, please let me know as soon as you receive this photograph.
Here we go.
You got it?
I have gotten it. Yes, I do.
Oh, fantastic. Wonderful. Fantastic. Now, the second thing we're going to need is some form of timekeeping device to keep track of how far through time we're going to travel. Luckily for us, Ross, your phone just happens to have a timekeeping device. There is a stopwatch on your phone. We are going to start this stopwatch and place it inside of this little blue bag. And now all we need is our time traveler. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome my friend, Doug the Platypus. I've had Doug with me since I was about 8 years old, and today he's going to be the world's first time traveler. I say first because this has never really worked before, but hope springs eternal. I've been so fascinated by this concept of time travel that I have built this. It's my homemade artisanal time machine. Inside of the time machine, we're going to place Doug the Platypus. Following him, a very important item, Russ, it's your cell phone with the stopwatch running. We'll make sure he goes in there along with Doug. And last but not least, this drawing that you've made, which we're going to place inside of an envelope for safekeeping, just like so. And now, all we have to do is decide how far through time we're going to send everything. How many hours, to be exact. Teller, would you mind holding up any number of fingers? 2. 2 hours. We're gonna send everything in this box back in time 2 hours. Now you'll notice there's no dials or gizmos or gadgets or wires in this. It's just a wooden box. But this isn't science, it's magic. And all you need is a wooden box and the imagination of an 8-year-old. It happens like this. Now, not only have these items vanished, they've traveled through time. They've traveled back through time 2 hours. 2 hours ago, at which point I took these items and placed them inside of a box. A very special box, a box that Allison has been holding on to this entire time. Allison, would you bring that box forward? Thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, inside of the box, it's Doug the Platypus. Along with Doug is an envelope with a drawing inside. It's not just any drawing. Ross, it's your drawing. Penn, could you verify that this drawing matches the image that is on your phone?
Yes.
Fantastic. Ross, that is for you to keep. And there's one more thing inside of this box, a little blue bag. And it's probably the most important thing because inside is something that's very special, particularly special for you. Because Ross, inside this bag is a cell phone. Would you unlock this phone and verify that this is indeed your phone?
Yes, that's my phone.
Fantastic. Now, Penn and Teller, you're smart guys, and perhaps you can figure out a way to replicate everything that you've seen here so far without actually using time travel. But we started the stopwatch on this phone before we place it into the time machine. And Teller, just a few moments ago, you said we wanted to send everything back in time in 2 hours. And so if we really did just travel through time, then the stopwatch on this phone would have been running for the past 2 hours. About 2 hours?
Yeah, I mean, it counts. Hey.
I'm really glad that it worked.
Yeah.
we did it.
Well, if it didn't, you could just go back in time and do it again.
Yeah. Once I figure it out, we can go back in time and just make sure that it works.
So what did you think when you got invited to be on the show?
I've been watching this show for so long. It's my favorite show. And just the opportunity to be here, I'm so grateful for it.
Well, we loved having you here. What do you think the guys are going to say?
You know, I don't know if I'm going to fool them, but I certainly hope that they haven't seen anything like this before, at least.
So what would it mean to you if you got the trophy?
Yeah, I'm a college senior right now, so it would mean that kind of validate the fact that I want to do magic full-time professionally as soon as I graduate, and that would just validate that dream for me. Thanks.
Fingers crossed.
Absolutely.
All right, well, let's see if your time machine brings you a trophy.
Oh, boy.
Boy, a lot of stuff going on. You got 15 tricks here, and they're all really, really good. I had some notes. My pen is running dry here. Let me get another. My pen just went dry here. I'll go to the second page. But, yeah, his pen too. But let me try this one. We didn't hear you say the magic word, but I think you did say a magic word. I think you said shimshi when you went over behind that, the real magic word there. You said it under your breath. Doug the Platypus was a wonderful helper, maybe not the only one, but he was Well, great helper. And the thing about cell phones that kills me, you know, I'm old enough that I remember the phone call where you'd call the phone and knew where the phone was. But with cell phones, you have no idea where you're actually calling. You know, the person could be anywhere. You could call and they could be in Europe. You know, you don't know where they are at all. We know that all magicians are liars. There were a few lying things in there, and I hope that in all of this, I may have given you some idea of how much we liked your show, and maybe you didn't fool us.
Do you know what shimshi or whatever he just said means?
Yeah. No, these guys are brilliant. They've got it figured out. Hey, I'm just grateful they watched the 2-hour-long magic trick.
Well, you didn't fool them, but you certainly entertained us. Thank you so much. Giancarlo Bernini. After this break, we make Fool Us history and magic history. David Copperfield will attempt to bust our boys. Penn and Teller, don't go anywhere. All right, the moment we've all been waiting for. For the first time on this show, Penn and Teller are going to try to fool someone else. Give it up for our next potential foolers, Penn and Teller.
I have to admit, Joe and I are a little nervous about this. Actually, we are a lot nervous because we're about to do something that no judge on any talent show has ever done before. No judge on any show, really. We're going to do a trick, and we're going to let someone else judge us. And we're not just going to let anyone judge us. We're going to let ourselves be judged by the greatest living magician in the world, David Copperfield. Have a seat, sir. Anything you can do to distract yourself, please do. Now, we're not going to do flying or the Statue of Liberty because you know how those are done. And we don't. So we're going to do a card trick for you, Dan.
That's awesome.
And this is usually so nerve-wracking with a layperson. With you, it'll be easy because we want you to just follow the procedure here. We're going to have you pick a number in your head. Don't say it aloud. And then when we turn our backs, which we will do, you're going to count down that number. Let's say it was 4. Count down 4 cards. Look at the 4th card. Memorize it. Remember it forever. Put it right back where it was. Put the other cards on top. It's a gentleman's game. We won't look, but don't count too loud. Count down there. And when you get to that point, look at the card, put it right back where it was, put the other cards on top, if you would, please. And when you've on top of the deck, put the other cards on top.
Put it back on the top of the deck.
Yep,
The rest of the cards.
the other cards on top. You done that?
Yes.
Now, just give him a riffle shuffle. Beautiful. And one more. Give him another riffle shuffle. And you know, David, we've been friends for 30 years. They say trust everybody but cut the cards. Get the cards a cut and complete the cut. Yeah, okay. Now you want to examine, everything happens in this trick in Teller's right-hand coat pockets. You want to reach into Teller's right-hand coat pocket, make sure there's nothing in there, and make sure there's no electronics or anything. Reach in, make sure. Yeah, Teller thought.
It's for me.
Yeah, Teller thought it might get rough. It looks like it's going to be okay. You're being friendly about it. So the pocket's empty, no electronics. Check that all out. So put the cards in right here. Now, Teller's going to pull the cards out one by one and put them down on the table. Now, we're not going to read your face or anything, but you spell the card in your head. Each card that goes down, you spell one of the letters, and do spell of. So it's Ace of Spades, A-C-E-O-F, S-P-A-D-E-S. The audience will be doing it along with you, but everybody be quiet. Don't spell it out. He is going to deal the cards out. That'll be the first letter of the card. Now, the cards were taken. David went down, picked one of them, put the other ones on top, shuffled them twice, and then gave them a cut. He shuffled them twice himself, and he gave them a cut. And when he will say stop after the card is out of Teller's pocket, so Teller can't possibly do anything with the information he gets on the sling. Take that card right there off the top, pull it towards you, and very loudly, what was the name of your card? And show it to the audience.
4 of spades.
The 4 of spades. Show it to the audience. The 4 Oh, spades right there. And now you go over to that seat and you see whether we fooled you or not.
All right. Penn and Teller! All right.
Okay.
Well, that's very impressive.
Nerve-wracking.
How did you decide what trick to do?
Well, David does stage illusions. Huge, fabulous. You got to stay away from all of that.
Right.
So we tried to find the stuff that David had done the least of. He hasn't done a lot of card stuff. So we went with a card trick that has, I think, a couple principles that David probably knows, and we hope a couple principles that will hit David in the side of the head like a baseball bat, because there is some competition here.
Yeah, I mean, this is a huge risk.
Yeah. There's no reason on earth to do this.
No.
As a matter of fact, as I think about it now, I don't know why we thought of this. We thought, boy, this is really brave. This is really great. No one else would do this. And there's a reason no one else would do this. It's stupid.
But it's giving you sort of a good side now you
You're
know
going to
what
be so
everybody's
much
doing.
kinder
Right?
to the people who are on the show.
Yes.
And looking down at him with his hands and his beady little eyes, it's horrifying. He's making notes.
Yeah, you guys do that all the time.
I know, but it's terrifying to watch someone else do it.
Sometimes I think you guys are just doing your grocery list.
There's all this stuff you're trying to do. See, seeing a magic trick once, as opposed to seeing it on TV where you can run it back. Seeing it once like that, you're trying to remember, did she shuffle the deck before or after she did the spread? When did they go below the table? When did they touch their pockets? When do they do this? When do they do that? And you're trying to reconstruct that.
So now, what's at stake here? Like, if he guesses, does he win the theater?
I think we haven't set that up. I'm very glad he didn't negotiate, because it could be David Copperfield's Fool Us from now on.
Wow. Okay, it's time to see if David Copperfield has figured out Penn and Teller's trick. But first, let's take a quick commercial break. Welcome back to Fool Us. Before the break, Penn and Teller threw caution to the wind and tried to fool David Copperfield. Now it's time to see if they pulled off their greatest trick of all. David, how do you think they did it?
Well, I didn't get every single thing about it. Not everything. Some detail in there that was really great, and it made me smile for a second. But mostly, you talk in code in this chair. So I'm going to talk in code. Magic, like in life, it's important to have order. And there's two of you, and there's only one of me, so I think the odds are stacked against me. And that's the key to how this was done.
Was that, did he figure it out?
Well, he's certainly got part of it.
Do you need more clarification?
I do need more clarification.
Oh.
Yeah, there were
okay.
two shuffles and a cut.
Well, the shuffles happened after the, how do I say this without revealing anything? I didn't shuffle the deck at the beginning. I shuffled it afterwards.
You shuffled it after you'd selected the card.
That's correct.
You gave them two shuffles.
That's right.
Gave them a cut, then they went into Teller's pocket.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, so if you had the key to the order of the universe there, they're still in his pocket after they've been shuffled.
That's correct. That's what I'm saying. That's the key to how it works.
Right, but if you have your key,
Yes.
and then you're shuffling around,
Yes.
the key no longer opens the door.
But life's order doesn't change.
You want to talk to Teller quietly up here?
Who gets the theater?
And this is the same deck, correct?
Yes. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to pass out. So I'm going to stay here with you, and I'm going to let the grown-ups talk.
Okay.
Because I am so terrified. Just hold me, Alice.
Yeah. That's how I feel most of the time on this show.
And what's really terrifying is with our size difference, when I do faint, you just fall down with me.
Oh.
And that's the problem.
Oh, no. That's, yeah.
So, David, what's the final verdict?
I say that, there's lots of details that I knew, and maybe one detail that I didn't know, which makes me extremely happy. Because I want to be fooled, and that means you fooled me.
Congratulate us happily. Thank you.
Amazing.
Penn Teller and David Copperfield. How can you top that? Well, come back and see next time on Fool Us.